My name is Matt Dinniman, and I am the author of the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. Today we are ranking some of my favorite classic horror movies. Let's see, first we have Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. Iranian movie, I believe. It's really, really good. People don't really talk about it very much. I'm gonna put that in the B ranking. It's a good movie, I really liked it, but it doesn't really stick with me afterwards. The original Friday the 13th. None of these movies are what I would consider fantastic or great. I would also put this in the B category. It kind of kicked off the whole slasher era of horror movies, and if you've seen the first one, you know who the bad guy really is, but it put Jason Voorhees on the radar. Night of the Living Dead, classic, definitely an A. Candyman, man, I'm gonna put that in the A category. That movie freaked me out. I'm not even scared of bees, and I am now because of that movie. The Blob, this is the 80s version of The Blob. I really liked this movie when I was a kid. I used to go to the video store and rent all the horror movies they have. I don't want to put it in the C because that implies that it's not that great, and I really liked it. I'm going to put that one in the B as well. Oh, Cujo. Cujo is based on the Stephen King book. It was a pretty good movie, but I didn't love it. I'm going to put that in the C. The Descent. We're going to have our first S category. I consider this one of the greatest horror movies of all time. If you haven't seen it, definitely go see it. It's scary. I used to go in caves a lot when I was a kid. After watching this movie, I was like, what the hell was I thinking, dumbass? The Thing, another S category. You know, it's funny because the first time I ever saw this movie, I didn't really like it that much, and I don't know why. I recently resaw it in the theater, and it's considered one of the greatest horror movies of all time for a reason. Tremors. You know, Tremors is going to go in the B category for me. I really like Tremors. It's Michael Gross in that movie. He ended up doing a bunch of follow-up, direct-to-video movies based in the Tremors universe, and I actually like those better than the original Tremors movie, even though the original was pretty good. The Birds, classic Hitchcock, another A, even though this one, it's kind of a weird movie for me because not that much actually happens. It's just more about the tension, and then bunch of actors wailing their hands while they get attacked by their early, not CGI, but the special effects birds. I like that movie. The Fly, another B movie for me, which means it's a movie I really liked. It's classic. Jeff Goldblum, based on an earlier movie. It's really good. Critters, controversial choice time. Critters is going to go into the S category for me. Terrible movie. I saw it in a movie theater when I sneaked in when I shouldn't have seen it, and it ended up being one of my favorite experiences of my life. And if you read Dungeon Crawler Carl, you'll notice that I based Samantha on the Critters from that movie. It's one of my favorite movies. I was not allowed to watch a lot of horror movies. I love my mother, and she's fantastic, but she was very Catholic, and she wouldn't let me read a lot of horror books. She wouldn't let me watch a lot of horror movies, and I did so anyway. I grew up on a military base where I'd go to the library and I would borrow those. They had the turnstiles that would have like all the horror paperbacks on them, and I would read through the entire horror section immediately. And once the video stores became more popular and we finally got one on base, then I would do the same thing with the horror movies. I would sometimes switch the tapes, so I would get, Follow That Bird, the Big Bird movie, and I would have I Spit on Your Grave in there. They stopped doing that pretty soon where you couldn't really switch the tapes, but that's how I got away with it on the military bases. All right, Alien, the first Alien, that is, I'm gonna put it in the A category, could be an S, but it's the classic horror movie. We all love Alien, but Aliens, the sequel, a lot of people consider Alien better than Aliens because Aliens is more of an action movie than a horror movie, and Alien is a true horror movie. But I just loved Aliens so much, I'm going to put it in the S category. How can you not love Bill Paxton? He was in that. I'm not a huge fan of most of the more recent ones. The one that just came out, Aliens Romulus, I actually really liked that because it really gave vibes of the video game Alien Isolation. That game knew how to make tension right. Not very many games do tension, even horror games, really, really well. The first time you actually see the alien in the game, and I almost crapped myself, and it was one of the most terrifying video game experiences. Only like the original Silent Hill or Resident Evil 4 had any moments like that, and I just loved the game. And that's like the vibe that Alien Romulus had. If I have Alien Romulus here, I would put that in B, just because I wouldn't want it on the same category as Alien. Coming up next, I have Lost Boys. This is a great movie. I'm gonna stick this in the B category. I saw that in theaters again as a kid. My big brother took me to see it, and again, another movie I probably shouldn't have seen. If it came out today, I don't know if it would hold up as well, but it's classic. It's like the most 80s movie on this list, I think. It's a double Corey movie that keeps it at least the B section. I'm definitely influenced by the 80s horror. A lot of times in 80s horror movies, when there's lots and lots and lots of gore, it tends to have a humorous aspect to it. I like to put a lot of funny gore scenes in my books, and there's lots of not so funny scenes, and a lot of terrible things happen. But a lot of times when there's explicit gore that's described, the scene itself has maybe a lighter connotation to it, and it's a difficult balance to get correct, I think, and I do my best to make sure it's not too over the top, not too dismal for the reader, I guess. Get Out. Oh, this is probably the newest movie on here. This is a fantastic movie. I would definitely give that an A. Of the Jordan Peele movies, that's probably still my favorite one. Nope was really good too, and I would also rate that as an A. Us was a fantastic movie as well. You know, as long as you kind of ignored some of the weirdness with the premise itself, probably the creepiest for me of all of them, but it was a fantastic movie. The Shining, another classic horror movie. I'm gonna stick it in B because I read the book before I saw the movie, and I liked the book quite a bit more. That movie, they were kind of mean to Shelley Duvall when they filmed it. You read a lot about how they kind of tormented her. Sleepaway Camp in the Sea. So this movie's a classic. Most true 80s horror fans love this movie. I love this movie. It's all about the twist, and I can't talk about the twist without giving it away. But the twist we see at the very, 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 very end, and a pointless slasher up until that point. We'll keep it at a C. And then, finally, we'll put something on the D list. Another movie that I love, but it's so awful that I can't even watch it very often. Chopping Mall, the vision of our future where the robots at the mall kill everybody. It's pretty bad. It's a pretty bad movie. But every movie on this list is fantastic in one way or another. But if I were recommending anything on this list, it'd definitely be The Descent and The Thing. Two of the greatest horror movies ever made. Thanks for watching. My name is Matt Dinniman, and I am the author of the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. In case you don't know, Dungeon Crawler Carl is a book series about a man and his ex-girlfriend's cat who are stuck on an alien reality game show.